ATB Waiting is an essential tool used in Final Fantasy IX speedruns, which we introduced in our previous video just to cover the basics. While the basic trick explained in that video applies to most bosses in FF9, there are several bosses in the game where ATB Waiting is a little bit more complex and requires a closer understanding of the enemy. The very first fight in the game is a perfect opportunity to do the ATB Wait trick, but sometimes you'll find that your characters don't take their turns when you release the submenu you're holding. The reason for this is that Masked Man not only has an ATB bar for his attacks, but also 2 additional ATB bars that may be the remnants of a leftover battle mechanic for the fragments of his mask you destroy if you choose to battle with him. It's impossible to know for sure while playing without seeing the ATB bars with external tools like we show here, but if they line up in a specific way, you may need to allow for each of the mask fragments to take their turn before your character is able to take the steal action that you've already selected, giving the appearance of a longer turn. Necron is another similar fight, except with 4 ATB bars, each that have their own individual mechanics and spell lists. One ATB bar represents Super Magic, Flare, Holy, and Meteor, and will no longer function when one party member is in yellow health or dead. Another ATB bar represents high-level black magic, the Aga spells, and is also disabled, but when 2 party members are in yellow health or dead. The third ATB bar contains the white magic spells Shell and Protect, and is disabled when 3 party members are in yellow health or dead. The final ATB bar is the unique spell bar, which will always be in the same order of Blue Shockwave, Grand Cross, Neutron Ring, as long as the Grand Cross was cast, Blue Shockwave, and then it will repeat. These ATBs will start with a random amount of fill just like every other fight, so you want to kill off everyone besides Freya as soon as their ATBs are available to neutralize as many of Necron's spells as possible. The Blue Shockwave ATB bar has a higher speed stat than the 3 spell list bars, which is advantageous in that the fight naturally favors the spell we are always required to see, Blue Shockwave, while limiting the chance of others. As we demonstrated with the Masked Man fight, this does however mean that when it comes to ATB waiting a final attack with Zidane, these ATB bars may need to be cleared first before Zidane is able to take his action. Typically, we want to avoid allowing the enemy to take multiple turns. However, with the last Steiner fight in Alexandria where the bomb grows behind him, we can manipulate the bomb's ATB to end the fight faster than normal. The bomb has a speed of 50 and starts the fight completely empty, while Steiner has a speed stat of 20 and will always start with full ATB. Since those ATBs are consistent, what we can do in this fight is manipulate the bomb's ATB to outspeed Steiner so that the bomb gets its turns more often. By looking for specific animation cues from the bomb and KOing our party in a specific order, we can allow the bomb to squeeze in additional turns to skip the last line of Steiner's dialogue box, saving some time. A common mistake players make in the later game is holding ATB for the enemy, resulting in more turns for the boss rather than for their own party. The Death Guys fight is a notoriously easy place to unknowingly do this. Disc 4 bosses have a very high speed. Death Guys has a speed stat of 49. In the same way we can wait on an enemy attack and allow our party's ATB to fill, if we go into the item menu while Death Guys is attacking, it may prevent our own ATB from filling enough to outspeed Death Guys, essentially ATB waiting for the boss instead of us. You've now seen what ATB waiting has to offer, and hopefully have a better understanding of not only how ATB works, but how to manipulate it to get the upper hand in combat. In our final video of the series, we will discuss a few more strange cases where ATB can be manipulated that don't quite qualify as ATB waiting, but are extremely useful to know and tricky to visualize without the enemy's ATB being visible to get a better understanding.